Round two, fellas. It's the next morning, obviously. This side is not going to be as handy to record, at least from your perspective. You're not going to be able to see as well. But we're going to do the best we can. I'll give you at least the commentary, the play-by-play. You can see what's happening right now. The plug wires are coming off. Pretty much the same process as the other side, just a little bit more of a pain in the hoo-hoo. Just because of the stuff that's in the way. Come on, baby. You want to loosen your grip. There we go. Yeah. All four of those little guys are off. Of course, we have the Y pipe loose. Now we're going to grab the torch. It looks like, to me, that this connector is already melted on this coolant sensor, which I would like to disconnect, get it out of the way. Yeah, the little lock tab is already melted on it a little bit. We'll get that out of the way because we are going to be down in there with the torch, and the less stuff that we can burn, the better. However, sometimes there is some casualties. Like my glove already lasted, most a minute. The torch can heat stuff up. I think we determined yesterday this back one is broke. We heat those up. What's wrong with my light? It's flickering. And then we'll zippy zap them out. We'll be in good shape. That didn't work, fella. That one might have been partially fractured. That's a super common bolt to break. And from the sounds of it, this gun broke it way too easy. With this much extension and stuff, it shouldn't have broke that easy. So usually the very front one and the very back one is the one that has a tendency to break on these Chevys. That's what it should have sounded like. He's going to get his car, Josh, so just wait for him. Just let him know it's finished if you would. I don't know if Vanessa was still on the phone. Drop my socket. Now we gotta start over. Son of a mother. See if we can't finish this little guy off. I need a longer extension is what I need. There's that one. Let's see before we get started on this one. No, we'll be able to get right on it. Alright. Fire up the gas axe. Where is it, baby? Get on there, fella. That's right, baby. I shouldn't be touching stuff. Out of there. I think if I remember right, these manifolds you fish to the top. As get her up out of there, and then I think I send them straight up and out, maybe. I can't recall. Let's see if it goes down. I don't think it does. That's a hot bolt. That's another hot bolt. No, let's just, instead of pissing around, just go up and out. Just stick it up like this. And then just work it straight up and over the top. I think we can clear the steering shaft here. Right? Am I right? Bring her downtown a little. And then straight up and out. And then leave it sitting there and then just let the truck down and take it out the top. And out she comes. Now we have to deal with this fella. And I do believe that we didn't break that. I think we were the proverbial straw, and that was the camel's back, because you can see, you know, fresh meat on this top half, but down here it's a little crusty, almost like it was already fractured. And you can see also how hard like that impact would labor, you know, pulling out the other ones, where this one it just went ping. Which, like I say, is not uncommon on your Chevys. If these come in with broken bolts, it's usually always this front one and the very back one, particularly on the driver's side. Super common. So that one's sticking out, so it should be easy. We're gonna get it easy out and beat on it, 1/4 inch drive one, and see if we can get a good bite on it. And once we do, we'll heat the crap out of it and then just try to spin it out. So I'm gonna use this little easy out 1/4 inch drive. Mac Tools makes them. If we can't, I'm super abusive to these things. They're usually a one-time use for me. Bash them right on there. Get a good bite on it. Hopefully that's a good bite. You got about one shot to make them babies work. They're real crappy. I don't know who makes them for them, but let's see if we can't get some extensions on here. Make sure we have a good bite. Is it actually turning? Oh, it's actually turning without heat. I'm putting quite a bit of torque on it. So before we lose our bite, we are going to heat it a little. The good news is it is turning. That's good news. Turn and hold the torch at the same time, not working. See if I can't rest it right there. There we go. Now we're cooking. You do what you gotta do, folks. There. Now we gotta get one out and we're home free. Video's over. Show's over. We're winning. As you can see, I've cleaned the head off. Same as we did on the other side. Now, this little guy. Look at that. Yeah. This little guy back here is the one we're gonna contend with. So I'm gonna thread in a bolt so we have a place to clamp the ground for the welder. So our current flow should be, you know, straight across the head here. Shouldn't cause any issues. We're going to do that, and my plan is to get a flat washer, stick it up here. I've got you guys in the best possible spot I can get where you're out of the way and I can see. Stick a flat washer there, fry it on to what's, it is recessed a little. We're going to fry it right on there, and we'll stick a nut on there, fry the nut on, and then we'll try to use up what's left of our good juju from part one and see if that bolt comes out. See if we can't use the magnet to stick the flat washer up there and hold it, because this gets a little hot on the fingers if you're trying to hold that with your fingers. I haven't ever been too concerned about welding the unit right to the head, the nut or the bolt on aluminum. Never had an issue. A lot of people asked that, I think, years ago when I did one video where I did this, and this experience, I've never had it be an issue. So can I get in there? Probably not. Try to center that baby up a little bit. bond there slightly and get this thing out of the way. Wow, terrible job, Mr. O. This one's not gonna work, just FYI. We're gonna have to do some finagling here. Yeah, this one's probably not gonna work. I think I got a big booger of aluminum in there, or some cross-contamination rather. But we're gonna go with it. We're gonna keep trying. What's up, Mrs. O?
Do you need my help?
No, we're working. In part 1, I asked the people to send good juju.
Oh, I'm here to rub your back and give you my
You got juju?
good stuff.
Oh yeah, your good stuff. Son of a brig hole. Just a minute, folks. I'm gonna try to pass the wand up through the bottom here. Oh yeah. Super convenient now. Okay. Now we're gonna be right on the money. Come over here left-handed. This one ain't gonna work, but demonstrating the...
Oh, I can't see it.
Wait, the people can't?
I don't know, I can't. So how could they? Can they see?
Yeah, they can see.
Oh.
Which really isn't important at the end of the day. This ain't working. Grab me a 9/16 wrench, will you there, Mrs. O?
9/16?
Yeah, it's over on the American side. Which is the right side of the box. America! You're over on the Canadian side over there.
Any 9/16?
Any old 9/16 wrench, as long as it's the right one. Not a stubby, not a ratchet, not a line wrench. 12 point.
That's a plain old, plain old.
Plain old, 12 point. Look at you go. This one just gonna snap off anyways.
Come on. Oh.
Yeah, well,
dang.
The washer was all welded on there all shitty, so we gotta redo it.
Now you need a new nut.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna go straight nut, no washer.
Yeah.
But I told the people in part 1, like, oh, here's my new method. I do this, blah, blah,
How
blah.
awesome you are, and then
And then I try to demonstrate it.
you gotta go the old-fashioned way, huh?
No, I need to get the dang camera out of my way and just get the job done, which ultimately might happen. But let's see here.
You can't start and then not let them see the
that's my
finished
problem.
product.
That's my problem. But I might have to move the camera just to get up in this joint how I'm supposed to. Because that's got to lay flat and center. Yeah, baby. Woo, pretty lights, huh, Mrs. O?
Ah, I did know. I did
With
know.
a little bit of luck, I won't even be able to see tonight.
I can't see right now. I only saw it for a second.
Don't stare at the light.
I wasn't. I was staring at the nut, and then bam.
Bam, next thing you know, you're blind. Let's see. I don't know if I want to mess with it because it's still warm.
I know. Do you do it?
Well, no, because you do.
Oh.
Biscuit. That's not bonding at all, fella. Let me build that out a little bit, but usually I don't struggle like this, folks. Not this bad.
Was the lady with the Equinox, did you see her?
No.
Because in the books it says she's waiting at home.
This is the one that had the noise, but didn't know if the noise was when the van or the car was moving or sitting still or on or off.
No, something about the bumper.
Oh, I didn't talk to her. No,
Okay.
she's waiting at home.
Because in the book it says 8 o'clock waiting at home.
Oh, did I have it down for a drop off?
No, it says 8 o'clock waiting at home.
Oh, I would have never wrote that.
I wrote that.
Okay, so what are you asking me?
Well, I didn't know if there was something different going on because I see that you aren't.
Oh no.
Okay.
My boy Josh is almost ready.
Okay.
Okay. I think she has the day off today too.
What?
I think that lady has the day off. sometimes the problem with aluminum is when we're whacking on this with the welder, it pulls the heat out of that bolt so fast, it's really difficult to get a good bond. We're gonna let this one cool a little bit, which should happen very quickly. And then we're gonna try it. But quite frankly, I'm not getting a good bond there. Yeah, it's still a little warm. The head itself is cold. The nut is still pretty warm, as you can see by the smoke. I don't want to let it get too cool. It's not smoking hot right now. Let's just give it a little wiggle. I can't tell if it's I'm not putting a lot of pressure on it, folks. It feels like the bolt is moving to me. It doesn't feel like it's breaking off. So if that's the case, we're just gonna little baby steps, because we might have to throw some heat on the head now. Yeah, I think it's moving, so let's throw a little heat on the head, because if we can get this thing to come out a little, can you even see back in here? I hope so. Enhance. If we can get this to come out a little bit, it makes the job a lot easier. If that makes sense to you. Let me go find my torch. Let me go find my torch, he said. Like, it's not right next to his toolbox where it is every day. This is gonna get tricky, folks. You gotta come in with the right hand. Eating the head. Heat the bolt. Pull a torch. I can't ruin this wrench. They don't make these anymore. I've had them since I was 14 years old, and I don't want to ruin it. It's the last of the Napa Professional USA made stuff. Oh yeah, Chevy Thunder. Actually, it didn't. It's more like an exhaust brake. But so yeah, they don't make these wrenches. Napa Pro. Napa now only sells the Carlisle line, which is wicked expensive for what they are. If you're going to buy Carlisle, just buy Snap-on, because they cost just as much. I'm not saying their quality is complete crap, but you know, if you're going to pay that kind of price for tools, you might better buy some Snap-on. I was really disappointed when Napa quit making their professional line of tools. I mean, not super disappointed, but pretty disappointed. It was my very first set of tools I ever owned, was the Napa Professionals. Still have them, still use the sockets and wrenches today, as we speak. Hey look, a wacko YouTuber's leaving a message. Even though the answering service says, we will never ever call you back ever in your life. Forever. Never. Even if you say, I want to make an appointment, and I have $1 million. I might call you back then. Just kidding. I won't. Let's see. Oh, hallelujah. We got that one out. Few casualties there in the beginning. But we won in the end. And that's what's important. That thing's still hot, you think? Nope, it's not. There it is, baby. Out she comes. Got a good bond on it that time, and it worked. So I guess that's that. The rest is history. The 9/16's got enough grippy on this thing. Nope, I have to get a 13. if you're going to use one of the OG bolts for the ground for your welder there, make sure you wire wheel this baby up. Get all the Loctite and crap off it. Shine up the head a little, just to make sure you have good contact. Now we just need to clean up this part of the head a little bit with the whizzy wheel. We'll clean that up. We'll get these out of here, or we'll break all the spark plugs loose just like we did on the other side. Blast things off with a blow nozzle. It doesn't look like we had any casualties. We're basically done. Knock sensor on this side of the engine is also broke. Got a big old crack across it. And that's it. Let's rock and roll. Again, fresh from the PRC, we have the other exhaust manifold. Takes a different style gasket. Now I would tell you, before you slide this baby down in from the top, replace the gasket on the pipe, this one here, because when you slide this one in, we're going to line up the studs, obviously. And it'll be a real pain in the ooski to try to pull that Y pipe down and put that gasket in if you forgot. So don't forget, I guess is what I'm saying. Hey, it's that guy. Actually, I think it's Josh. Yep, must be, I think he just had to do some tire sensors there on a Chevrolet. Actually, that's kind of a funny story, I'll tell you in just a minute. I don't want to forget my gasket. So I fed it down through from the top. We get a couple bolts here. We'll get our gasket. Again, gasket, same thing. Manifold side. This side down, it says. And of course, make sure, like I mentioned, that you replace that gasket down on your pipe. Actually, we're going to set this up here, just kind of let it hang up out of the way, because we need to get the manifold now set into the pipe onto those 3 bolts. Well, it's going to be a tricky one. It's going to be tricky. Like tricky Ricky Stern. Okay. Let's see. Maybe the front bolt might be the easiest one for me. Get that up in there in the gasket. Hold the gasket up here in the back. Pick the manifold up. See if we can't get that baby started. And I believe it started. I'll try to get one here towards the back. Maybe not. Can't really stick my hand in there too easily. Wow. Alright, let's get an extension and a socket, and we'll see if we get all the rest of them started by hand here. Let's see if we can get one of these back ones started. Get that up in there. Should start them with the impact. It's only aluminum. Don't start them with the impact. It's a joke. Come on, baby. Instead, use a little hand ratchet like this and a wobble extension to make it like ridiculously difficult to do. At this point, we're basically the same as we were on the other side. We're just going to go through and get things snugged down here a little bit. Work our way from the inside out. Get the plug swapped out. Get the new wires on. Bolt the pipe up. Call it a day. Well, actually, we're going to be waiting on parts for tomorrow. I had to order some of the screws and the nuts that hold the fender liner in on the passenger side. Some of them were missing. Well, several of them were broke off in the edge of the fender. So it was down to one, so I ordered them. Forgot to order them yesterday. So now we got to wait I gotta get them today. Alright, yippee. Which waiting an extra day is kind of fine by me because if you get a chance to heat cycle the manifolds one time, i.e. warm them up, let them cool down, and then retorque them, babies will hold forever. But I don't know if the torque specs that we're using are valid because we're not using the Loctite.
Hey, Eric.
What's up, Mrs. O?
Do you work on Isuzus?
Depends. Is it like a Chevy Colorado Isuzu?
He said it is.
Then yes. Is it the guy from the other shop? The other shop?
Yep.
Yeah, he warned me about it. He called.
Okay.
Was it a no start?
I don't know. I only got this far.
Yeah. As long as it's a Chevy Colorado Isuzu, or Isuzu as my dad used to say.
I was wondering what your dad. I was thinking, what did Sonny call them?
Sonny would call them Izus.
Isuzu.
Bring it that Isuzu! Because we used to work on Isuzu NPRs. And Suzuki's were Suzuki's. Ambulances, Suzuki's, Isuzus, Chimleys, you know.
You had a name for me too.
Yeah, Vanessa.
Vanessa. Whatever that.
Come on, the guy was hard of hearing. And he's dead. We can't pick on him, crying out loud. He's not here to kick my ass. Yeah, my dad always had a funny way of saying some stuff, but he wore 2 hearing aids. He was hard of hearing since he was a child, so some of his enunciation of words was different. Made it hard to understand for some people. I understood him because I grew up with him. He always claimed to be hard of hearing, but I tell you what, if you're walking down the hallway, you just got in trouble and you call him something you shouldn't call him, you just whisper in your breath, he'd hear that. I always thought he had selective hearing. Yep, you walk away, mother effing boy, you heard it every time. Either that or he hedged his bets, is what I'm guessing. Because I do the same thing with my kids. What'd you say? Nothing, I didn't say anything. We just bet that they're saying something. So I'm pretty sure that my dad really couldn't hear me. He just assumed that I was going to mouth off and say something walking away. Because that's what you do when you're a coward. Turn your back, walk away, and say stuff. Don't forget to tighten up your spark plugs. Skipping some of the process here, folks, because if you've seen part 1, it's basically the same thing, except 2 things. 1, you could see what I was doing, and 2, it was on the other side. So there's that. That one's in. Don't forget to plug in your temp sensor here. There's that. And basically all we're left with is going underneath this little guy. Oh, light down. That's the first time I dropped it today. It's pretty good. It's almost 9:30. Actually, I think it's almost, sorry, it's almost 10:30. It is supposed to be 90 degrees out today. 90, folks. That's toasty. You're going to want to make sure you wear deodorant. A lot of times in the winter, I get away with no deodorant. Fun fact. You don't want to do that in the summertime. Let me tell you what. I'll tell you what. Okay. Everybody's clicked in. I like to go make sure they are clicked in. I don't want to be that guy. That's the customer call that says, hey, my spark plug wire fell off. Okay, that's good. Let's go under it and button it up. These nuts started. These nuts. There we go. I don't know if they're lock nuts. Yes, they are. A little crimp on the end of them. So I'm going to start over on the driver's side. It's the patch number. Start on driver's side because that's the flat flange, and we'll tighten that one up first. Start with the Ugga Dugga gun. Just because they're so long-winded there, and they are lock nuts. Passenger side's a little different style. So you want to draw these ones up evenly. Work our way around here. Whoa, mother of pearl! Let's see, I want my light. Do. Know they're even because you have about the same amount of thread sticking out of each one. This impact's not near powerful enough to do any damage. It's just our little D-wall. I went through and I tightened up the flat flange side, and on this side we're going to go through and just make sure these are stuck. Now these ones go up against that donut. I don't remember if this top of this pipe has, or the top of this flange, I think it has standoffs on it, so you can't over tighten it. You know, I mean, within reason, let's be honest. You can torque them if you feel necessary. I don't. I use the old German spec of Gutentite. Yes, it does have standoffs on the flange, so you can't get too ridiculous with it. Okay, we should be good. We should be able to start this pig up, and hopefully it doesn't tick or blow up or anything like that. Chevy Thunder. Let's see. I can't stop sneezing. No engine light, good. No other lights, great. Sounds smooth. I don't hear any ticking. Whoa, where'd your hat go, fella? I forgot it this morning. And I don't know how. That's like leaving the house without your wallet. Now I gotta look like a weirdo all day. Anyhow, Chevrolet's done, or Jimmy, GMC, whatever. This one was gravy, folks. This is how the job should go. Well, actually, the job should go just like remove the bolts, put the bolts back in. But if you have broken bolts, this is how they typically go. These Chevys usually are not a big deal to get the bolts out, providing you use one of those methods. And I think the key is, if they're the factory bolts, is that they need heat to break that bond of the Loctite. Or at least that's been the method I use, and that's one I've had the most success with. The welding method I always use on the driver's side rear because of the where it is. Usually when they're broke off on the passenger side or anything except that one rear bolt, I'll just drill an easy out because they typically come out. I've never had one not come out, I guess I should say that. So I should have a better practice of drilling it perfectly straight. You know, we were centered. You know, we had dead center of the bolt, but you still have to go, you know, parallel with the bolt. You have to go nice and straight. So in the event that you have to drill it out, you've got a good hole. But I might have become a little complacent to the fact that, you know, they usually come out. But the time that it doesn't, it's gonna burn me. I've got a plan B anyways, so we can always fix it. So I guess that's it. Why don't you guys go in that comment section, tell me your method for working on these Chevys, and doing the manifolds. While you're down there, subscribe, the Insta, the Facebook. And just remember, viewers, if I can do it, you can do it. Thanks for watching.